Ashland City Alderman Jimmy Gill believes the town should not limit the number of liquor stores. The current ordinance allows 3 liquor stores within the city limits. Photo, Gannett, Tennessee. File photo. Jimmy Gill ended his last regular Ashland City Council meeting vouching for something he's brought up before during the past few years, an unlimited number of liquor stores in Ashland City. But the nature of the action taken based on the vote he proposed remained unclear Thursday. Gill contended during his last motion made on the council that it should be unconstitutional to cap the number of liquor stores in town, which the current ordinance, passed in 2008, sets at 3. The limit never made any sense, he said. Ashland City currently has enough liquor stores to reach its full capacity, per the ordinance: Mulberry Package Store, Ashland City Liquor and Wine, and Jackson Liquors. That's in addition to, Gill pointed out, availability of alcoholic beverages in places like grocery stores. During a January 2016 meeting, the council amended the ordinance on alcohol sales to include a new section on wine in retail food stores. Gill argued that there is no limit to other businesses, such as retail stores. Previously, he brought up the change to the ordinance without support of the rest of the council members. But Tuesday, Gill's motion to amend the current ordinance to remove the limit on the number of liquor stores in town passed 4-1, with only Mayor Rick Johnson voting against the amendment, questioning compliance with state law. "It was just too spur of the moment for me," Johnson later said of his vote. The amendment to the liquor ordinance was not slated on the agenda for the regular council meeting. However, it was the first reading that the council voted on, Johnson said in a phone interview with The Times. "There has to be a second reading in order for it to pass and go into the ordinance. It's unusual, but I don't think it's totally improper," he said of the unplanned motion. "You would be amending an ordinance that we currently have, that limits our liquor stores to 3, City Attorney Jennifer No clarified with Gill during the meeting. "So, you can have first reading, but it will have to have second reading before it would pass." No said Thursday, however, that because the item was not originally on the agenda and there was not a fully written draft of the ordinance with the proposed amendment, it would appear for first reading on the agenda of the regularly scheduled meeting on January 2, and the second reading would take place at the following regular meeting in February. The Tennessee Supreme Court has said that adequate public notice based on the totality of the circumstances is required to inform members of the public who may be interested in weighing in on the topic. Tennessee Coalition for Open Government Executive Director Deborah Fisher said it may not be uncommon for a council person to introduce an item during a meeting for consideration on a future agenda. However, it would be unusual to introduce and vote on an item during the same meeting, which could trigger review under the Open Meetings Act. Generally, it is not a good idea to amend an agenda during the meeting to talk about an issue that, if the public had known about it, they would have been there, she said.